David, your assessment, what you've seen from your side today?
Yeah, obviously a disappointing result, a horrible afternoon for us. I'm very angry about how we respond after we conceded the first goal, which obviously was offside situation. Gibbo got blocked by a player who was in offside, and this is why this normally should not come to the situation. Second goal, we didn't do our job in the wall. When there are two players on the ball, then there have to be two players in the wall. This is quite easy. And after these two goals, unfortunately, we totally lost our head, and this is something which should not happen, could not happen, but unfortunately it happened. And then we conceded 4 counter goals and a couple of further counter chances as well, where we then, because we lost our head, played in spaces where we shouldn't play centrally. We played players who were occupied, and then in the turnover, our rest defense was not there. So we were quite solid in the defense in the past, never really looked vulnerable in the counter-attack. Today it was totally the opposite, and this is something which was just not good enough, that we lost our head after this 2 first goals which we conceded. And obviously then we conceded a heavy defeat, a deserved heavy defeat, only because of us. I think we wanted, and we said this before the game as well, we wanted to show a different face compared to Rotherham, where we got a question about the workload, the final hard yards, which we haven't done in this game. I can't make complaints today to the players that they haven't worked, tried, and fought, especially at the beginning of the match. I think we were in the game. It was quite open, but after we lost our head, we unfortunately conceded this heavy defeat.
You talk about anger there. You talk about, again, just repeated it there, that at 2-0 they've lost their heads a little bit. I mean, did that come through in terms of half-time? They came out fairly early. I mean, did you express that anger?
Yeah, if you mean did I express that anger, that I was very loud in half-time or whatever, I think it was how it should be. Obviously, we wanted then to win the second half and to make it better, but we conceded 2 further counter-attack goals in the transition. We scored as well 2 goals and had a few opportunities in the second half as well, but this is how it should be. So obviously this game is quite easy explained, and the players are smart enough and intelligent enough that they know exactly what went wrong and what they have done wrong. We will show them for sure again tomorrow morning when we see us again and discuss this or explain this and address that this can't happen. Football is a game of mistakes, but you can't lose your head. You have to be calm. You have to stick to your principles and play to your pattern. Especially if you know you are good in what you are doing normally or what you have done so far. And today we haven't done what we ask ourselves to do, and this is why we unfortunately conceded this heavy defeat in front of a great away support. I feel very sorry for our supporters that we were not able to give them something to cheer. They have shown the correct reaction after the game. They celebrate with us if we play good, and there's something to celebrate. And if not, then they have the right to show this as well. And I think this was exactly how it should be.
As you say, I mean, the nature of where they were in the ground as well, very close to the tunnel, half-time and full-time. They've made their feelings clear. There's a huge amount of frustration there. It's a long way to come. A lot of hours on coaches and cars. That must magnify the manner of the performance from your side today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this mirrored it, and this was exactly the right thing.
I mean, you're an experienced head coach, David. You would have had days like this. Your experienced players, they would have days like this. But as you said, that section of the first half stoppage time, to produce that, to lose their heads, to quote what you said, I mean, that as professionals, is that embarrassing that team has gone out and performed in that manner?
No, at the end of the day, listen, everyone is down now, and everyone really feels that he got hurt by the performance which he produced, and When you then later will look the goals back, and then everyone thinks, come on, bloody hell, what I've done in this situation. Everyone knows that he can do this better. We will assess this, we will speak about this, and then we have to show that in situations like this, and situations like this will come, that we can't lose our head, that we can't play in areas where we shouldn't play, that we not keep our positions, that we leave our positions and leave the space open. Again, something what not happened this season, not in pre-season. We always looked very solid and with the right mindset. But today it was exactly the opposite, and something what should not happen, and where we have to make clear that this will not happen again.
I mean, are you because it has been a very positive start. No one will dispute that. But that's League and Cup, 3 defeats in 4 now. There's reasons, obviously, in those other games. But as a body of work, are you concerned that a lot of the good stuff now could get undone? And how do you ensure that isn't the case?
No, listen, it's quite an early season, isn't it? So we have to make sure that we judge ourselves and that we don't get driven away by the results on the performance. And the performance was not good enough today, and this is why we deserved to lose. We conceded defeat against Leicester, where I say our performance was good. But it was a defeat. So today, this was just not good enough. We expect more from ourselves, and this is what we have to address. We have some injury problems at the minute. Everybody can see this, that we have 5 senior players which we miss, but this doesn't change that we have to react better, obviously, and play better then as well. Because if you react better and if you play to your pattern, you will play better, and this is exactly what we have to do.
Just final one, and on a positive note, as you say, you're missing Sargent, you're missing Barnes, but Adam Ede, a lot of talk in the build-up about him and accepting this opportunity in front of him. 2 goals today, again, show what he's all about. If you give him the chances, he will score goals. So that is a positive moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy for Adam that he scored 2 goals, that he took the penalty and scored as well. It's good for him. It's good for us to have strikers who can score goals, but unfortunately he will not get the headlines after this performance, after this team performance. But for sure this will continue to raise his confidence. This will help him to make further steps. I said this before today's game. He made some good steps in the last weeks and months, and we will work with him that this continues. Hopefully he will score some further goals.
Anything for anybody else? No. Does
Thank
that
you.
match your opinion?